there are some things that you should just not say in your marketing, okay? You could be thinking them, but you should not say them. You need to be very careful that certain messaging does not get put out, that your potential clients don't hear it, that your current clients, that your social media following do not hear. On this episode of the Massive Agent Podcast, we're talking about what you should not ever say to potential clients. That is, if you're interested in keeping your credibility.
The Massive Agent Podcast, with lead generation tips and strategies to get you more leads and sell more homes.
I love to buy houses. I like to sell houses.
It takes brass balls to sell real estate.
Wait a minute.
The leads are weak. You're weak.
I've had better.
Oh, have I got your attention now?
Here's your host, Dustin Brohm.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 93 of the Massive Agent Podcast. I am your host, Dustin Brohm. Welcome to the show. If you are new to the show, my name is Dustin. Well, I already said that. My name is Dustin Brohm. I am a national speaker, trainer, and real estate marketing coach. I am a real estate agent myself. I have been for about 9 years. I'm with eXp Realty in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I am a co-founder of the Industry Syndicate, real estate's media network. This show is a proud founding member of the Industry Syndicate, and we have something extremely exciting that we can finally release and share with you that you can use for free in the next week. So stay tuned for the announcement on that. I was hoping to have the announcement for this week's show. I do not. We're doing a little more testing because we want it to work flawlessly for you guys before we release it to the world. So stay tuned next episode for that. So industrysyndicate.com, find out all of our shows, who's involved, how it works, all that good stuff. One-stop shop for all the best real estate shows. That's really it. One-stop shop. Anyways, guys, today we there's marketing. I'm seeing messaging out there that I used to do myself. Okay, but we just have to be so careful on how things are presented, how things are worded to the consumer, and I'm going to explain why. It's mainly with how you portray the difference between you and Zillow, the difference between you and Redfin or Open Door or Better or whoever. Okay, we have to be so careful. Now we have to let people know, hey, there's a difference. Here's how they work. Here's how we work. Here's what I can do for you. You know, we have to be able to differentiate ourselves, but you have to be so careful in how we do that because, look, it's more and more important every day that we do not discredit ourselves or make people make a judgment call that, oh, they're just bad-mouthing these people, thinking that that's going to get them ahead. Well, that's not how it works. So we're going to talk about this. Very important, and you might even find it a little humorous because I know I do. If you've been listening for a while, you know that we not only have this weekly Massive Agent Podcast with episodes every Thursday morning, but we also do an Alexa flash briefing called the Massive Agent Minute. That is every single day, 7 days a week. There's a new episode that's anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes long, and it's an extension of this show. It's a tip, an idea, a strategy, a story, like an announcement, a news update, something that can help you grow your business, grow your brand, and to market better. It's an extension of this show, just in bite-sized daily increments. Before today, you had to have an Alexa device, okay? And of course, I should probably unplug her. You had to have an Alexa device or the Alexa app on your phone if you wanted to play and listen to the Massive Agent Minute. And then even still, because only one episode plays per day, that's how flash briefings work. There's just one at a time. Every day, the previous day's episode would just disappear. And so if you missed it, it's gone. What if you wanted to go back and listen again? What if you wanted to share it? Whatever. You could not do that with the Alexa platform. So we still have the flash briefing. If you guys are using Alexa for flash briefings, enable the Massive Agent Minute. But for those who aren't, you can now listen to the Massive Agent Minute in the same place you're listening to this. We have the Massive Agent Minute flash briefing on Apple Podcasts as of now. So go search for Massive Agent Minute, subscribe to that one as well. And you can even go back hundreds of episodes. We're at like episode 430 something now of daily episodes. You can go back, not all the way to number one, unfortunately. I might actually upload all those because I have them, but I think it goes back to like episode 200 something. Anyways, plenty of previous shows to catch up on if you want to. So wherever you're listening to this, if it's on Apple Podcasts or anything that gets a feed from Apple Podcasts, just go look for Massive Agent Minute and check out that show. Alrighty. So last week I was in Los Angeles. I was at the California Association of Realtors annual convention. They call it Reimagine 2019. And I spoke once as a moderator, and once I did a presentation on Instagram stories and why the stories format is so damn powerful. I got a lot of questions afterwards in DMs and everything from people that were asking about content. Hey, I have an idea for doing this video or this article or whatever. What do you think? And it just reminded me, because a couple people were asking this, and it reminded me that with all of these companies out there now, like Zillow, Redfin, Open Door, Homey in Utah and Arizona. There's a bunch of them, right? There's a bunch of these disruptive companies that claim they're tech companies. Whether they are or are not tech companies doesn't freaking matter. It's just another stupid thing to argue about in industry Facebook groups. I'm looking at you, Inman, coast to coast. It doesn't matter. But what matters is, are we as real estate pros, or I'm not even going to generalize, okay? Are you as a realtor in your town, are you shooting yourself in the foot and killing your credibility with those who are following you, those who are listening to you? Are you somebody who is bad-mouthing the opponent, so to speak, bad-mouthing the competition in a way that does not seem credible? Okay, so here's the thing. We know Zillow's Zestimates are garbage. They are. But if you just say, hey, don't use Zillow, Zillow sucks, and you don't really explain how their Zestimate works, you don't explain how it can't possibly be accurate because they can't possibly see inside your home and value the interior. They can't possibly do that. They're just running off an algorithm, and they don't have all the public data anyways. See, without that context, if you're out there just saying Zillow sucks and don't ever use a discount brokerage, don't ever use Redfin, and why, Open Door, they'll just rip you off. If you're doing that, here's what you're going up against. You're going up against the public perception. Okay, these brands, these companies, Zillow, Redfin, Open Door, all these guys are marketing geniuses and branding geniuses. Okay? Zillow is not going anywhere. It's a brand that most people outside the industry trust, or at the very least, they know them. So they have brand recognition. They may not know you. They may not know Dustin Brohm, the agent in Salt Lake City, okay? But they sure as hell know Zillow. And in many markets, they sure as hell know Open Door, because Open Door is blasting TV ads, radio ads, Facebook ads, Google ads, everywhere. All right? So people who are not in the industry, people who they don't pay attention to this stuff. They're living their lives. Okay? Remember, we are in the industry. Those who are not in the industry are not in the industry. So let's act accordingly. It's a huge mistake, is assuming everyone knows what the hell we're talking about, right? So those not in the industry, they are seeing these advertisements. They're seeing the billboards, the branding and everything, and they start to get a positive impression because this company is saying, hey, we can do a great job for you. We can just do it for a lot less. We can do it in a more streamlined way that embraces and uses more technology. And they brand it, they market the experience and what they offer in a way that people who do not know better, or that don't have the same perspective we have as real estate agents and loan officers, they don't know. All right. And they probably have friends that used Homey or that used Open Door or whatever, and they had a good experience. Okay. They believe, quote, I saved $20,000, by doing it this way instead of listing traditionally with an agent. Okay. That's their perspective. Then when we go and say, well, no, that's garbage. If somebody says they had a pleasant experience, you really want to go and tell them why they didn't? I see agents doing this. They're like, well, had you listed it with an agent, you actually you think you saved $20,000, but you really lost $25,000 because we would have gotten you more money. Well, look, they already think that they had a great experience. So why are you trying to tell them they didn't? Okay, that is an uphill battle. That is stupidity. It is so stupid. And what you don't realize is, and I'm specifically talking about those who already have had a pleasant experience, in their opinion, with whoever. Okay, maybe they sold their house to Open Door and it was so quick and easy and it was worth the fee, all that. That's their experience. So be careful that you're not telling them they're wrong. Oh, sure, you might have had a good experience, but here's why you're wrong. You really think that's a winning message? No. Now, those who have not already gone through those experiences and have not used Homey or Open Door or Zillow or Redfin or something like that, most haven't, okay? So those people, they still have the perception of what they see through these marketing geniuses, right? Open Doors ads everywhere. Zillow is everywhere. And it's looked up to for those who are just the average consumer. So remember that. Nobody likes someone that's like, I'm great, and because this guy sucks, and let me tell you why this guy sucks. Instead, shine the light on the differences. Say, look, these guys over here, they're great. Okay, they do a great job. And if you're in a certain situation, that might actually work best for you. But if you are looking to actually squeeze every dollar possible out of it, if you want to make sure that everything is legally, disclosed and that all your T's are crossed and I's are dotted, if you want, if you want a concierge service and a bunch of tasks taken off your plate, if you want showings and everything to be streamlined, if you want professional photography and marketing on one of the top websites in the city and all this, like, that's how you differentiate yourselves, guys. It's not, don't work with them. They suck. They're terrible. They screw people over. You think you're saving money. You're really not. That's why you need to hire me because I'm a realtor. I know that's a little hyperbole there, but we've all seen the posts from fellow agents. We've all seen the threads in industry Facebook groups where agents are just openly arrogant as hell talking this way. Guys, and we've had this conversation before, not everyone should use a realtor 100% of the time. Okay. And if you think that everyone in every situation needs a realtor, you're intellectually dishonest. They just don't need one 100% of the time. Sometimes it is better in their situation to not have to do repairs, to make a little bit less, to just sell the damn property, get it done, get paid in a week versus 30 days, hopefully, you know what I'm saying. So we have to take a step back and be more reasonable. Excuse me. Wow, jeez. Freaking indigestion today. We have to be more reasonable. If we come across as reasonable people that are just there to educate and advise on the differences between A and B, that is the winning message. Okay, because then people respect the fact and appreciate the fact that we are educating based on fact. We're giving them the full story, giving them the full perspective on what's going on. So to sum it up, what I'm saying is this: be very careful about how your message is being received by those who aren't in the industry. Okay, remember their point of view. They're just going along. They work at an office, or they're a teacher, or they're a stay-at-home mom, or someone who's an entrepreneur. They run a restaurant, something like that. That's their world. They're not living in our world, so they don't know the differences between a full-service realtor that charges X amount versus this streamlined, do-it-yourself type service or an iBuyer. Like, they don't understand. All they know is what the marketing pieces that come in front of them, the impressions they get from them. So this is actually, if you really think about what's going on here, this is actually a great opportunity for you to really step up your game marketing wise and have really effective marketing where people get to trust you quicker. If, like I said, if you can advise people, if you can show them what's good about your competitor and what's potentially bad based on the situation and what their needs are, okay? If you're ever doing something and you only talk about the negatives of something else, that's a red flag that you're doing it wrong. Okay, you're losing credibility right away with a lot of people if you do that. Okay, if you say, hey, look, I actually respect Redfin because they do this great and their app is absolutely amazing, and it is. Redfin's app is freaking amazing. Okay, talk about that stuff, but then here's where the differences of the business model affect you, Mr. Consumer. Here's what you need to consider. Be an educator and an advisor, and guess what, guys? They will trust you. They will gain trust in you if you are just intellectually honest and honestly honest, whatever, just normally honest. They're going to trust you more. And you're going to get more business. You're going to get referred more. You're going to have people sharing a video, that people that aren't even looking to buy a home, but maybe they're like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize that. That was a great explanation of the differences in these business models. They're going to share it with their friends. They're going to share it with their brother-in-law who's looking for a home right now or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So be an advisor and an educator. Be intellectually honest, but don't shy away from pointing out the differences and, more importantly, what those differences mean. Again, they are not industry insiders. So you can't just point out the differences. You have to explain what those differences mean and how that directly relates to them and their potential experience with you or the competitor. As long as it's fact-based and truthful, you don't have to worry about code of ethics or any of this stuff. It's fact-based. It's truthful. You're not trying to break anyone down. You're just trying to educate on the differences of A and B. That's it. That is how you do it. If you want to go there with your marketing, and if iBuyers are taken off in your market and you see that they're starting to gain traction, but then you're also hearing some negative stories of negative experiences, you've got to start educating people. So this is the right way to do it. All right? Pay attention and just make sure that you're not just only bad-mouthing someone, that everything they do is bad, everything they do is wrong. Like Zillow sucks in 100% of the, in every possible way. Well, Zillow's app is pretty solid, pretty user friendly. So that's cool. And it's quick. It loads fast. All that stuff. Like those are good things that we should be able to acknowledge. But here's why, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, here's why the Zestimate is just not a reality-based number. Here's why. And here's why you need a human being to actually run comps for you. And here's what a comp actually is. Okay, don't just throw out comps. Not everyone knows what a comp is. So there we go, guys. A little educational rant for you, and hopefully that was effective, because I can't handle seeing the agents that just badmouth other business models or other companies. Okay, and I'm talking the non-brokerage companies. So Redfin is a brokerage, Homey is a brokerage, but Zillow, Opendoor, those guys, don't just badmouth them without explaining and educating why you don't think those are good options. Simple as that. So how many of you guys are running Facebook ads or have run Facebook ads in the past and you're frustrated with the results? Okay, most people who do Facebook ads consistently, they have periods of extreme frustration. They have periods of exuberation where they're like, oh my God, my leads are only this much and I'm killing it. And then all of a sudden something happens and it stops working, or all of a sudden 3 days later the ad gets denied and you're like, I have no idea where to even start. Like, what the hell happened? Or, hey, I was getting leads for $2.50 a piece and now they're going up to, $10 a piece. What happened? And you don't have a clue where to start looking. This is why a lot of agents are just writing off lead gen. Writing off Facebook ads, saying that it's too difficult. And then Facebook comes out with some new change. Like the biggest one recently is when they said, hey, if it's a real estate related ad, you must check this one box, the special category box for real estate or mortgage or employment related ads. And we're not going to let you target. We're not going to let you exclude. We're not going to let you target by age, gender, zip code. You have to go a 15-mile radius minimum now. And a lot of agents threw up their hands. And I get it. Thinking that, well, crap, if I can't target this zip code or, this certain way, then I'm not going to be able to be effective. There's just so many misconceptions out there with those who have run Facebook ads or casually run Facebook ads or want to, but they think that they can't do it. And so then they go hire whoever. They go hire some agency to do it, and the agency, you're not getting one-on-one attention from an agency. And sure, you're getting leads coming in, but is that the best use of your money? Maybe, but probably not. The best use of your money is to learn how to be a great Facebook ad marketer, to know how everything works, to know how one thing affects another, to know how to read the data that you're getting from your Facebook ad, how to look at the analytics, and know which adjustments to make and when to make them. That is the hardest part about running Facebook ads. Everybody can copy and paste a Facebook ad and have some level of success. Not everywhere, because demographics are different in different markets, right? So sure, you could find a template online and copy and paste it and run it. But then what if it gets denied? this is the problem is agents, they dip their toe in and then they're like, oh, Facebook ads don't work. While at the same time, there's people literally building huge businesses, consistent pipelines from Facebook ads alone. So is it that Facebook ads don't work for you? Facebook ads don't work in your market? Or is it that Facebook ads work if you do them right? If you know, because look, even myself, I've run tens of thousands of dollars in Facebook ads over the last number of years, and I still have ads that just land with a thud when I launch them. So then I have to look at the data and make adjustments. It's very rare that you just run an ad and it works well the first time. That's very rare. It's always the adjustments that you make after the fact is what turns it into a winning campaign that you can build a business on long term. And it sucks that so many agents get to the point where they're just like, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work in my market. I guess I'm just not cut out for Facebook ads, or then they start making excuses that Facebook is changing stuff too fast. How can anyone ever keep up? Well, guess what? People are keeping up. People are keeping up. The best thing that you could possibly do is to have a mentor hold your hand through all of that. All right. Especially when you're new. If you have never run a Facebook ad, but you hear they're great and you want to do it, but it intimidates you, and rightfully so. Like it's kind of intimidating because there's just so many moving parts when you're new. That's why you need a guide. You need a mentor. You need a coach to hold your hand through that and to help focus you. Kind of like a jockey, racing horses. Those horses have blinders on for a reason. So you stay focused and you don't get distracted by all the bullshit. Well, it's extremely easy to get distracted by the bullshit if you don't have someone focusing your attention on do this, then this, then this, then this, and then make this adjustments. Here's how to do this split test. So if you really want to do well, you could take time and money to figure it out yourself, which honestly, transparently, that is the path I chose to get to the point I'm at now. I did a hell of a lot of trial and error. I did a lot of self-educating with YouTube videos, reading articles, all that stuff. And I ended up becoming a Facebook ads master, but it took so much longer than it needed to because I got distracted on bullshit that doesn't matter. I spent way too much money and time doing things that didn't work. And when I look back in hindsight, I'm like, oh my God, if someone had just told me don't do that thing, instead do it this other way, I would have seen success a hell of a lot faster. I would have had a lot more income in a much shorter period of time. I would have saved a bunch of money, saved a bunch of stress on my family and myself, and I'd have fewer gray hairs. All right, even though my wife says she likes them. She says I'm a silver fox. I believe her. I choose not to believe that she's just saying that to be nice. But anyways, I'd have fewer gray hairs. So what I want for you is to be able to master this amazing platform called Facebook for Facebook ads, not just for generating leads, but using it when you know how, using it to promote a video that you've just done, or to promote an article or an open house or an event, or get more people to see your brand. Okay. That is the power. It's not just for lead gen. So to do that, you must have a coach or a mentor. All right. So with that in mind, this is why I started the Massive Agent Society a year and a half ago. Okay. When I started the society, I was thinking about what I wish I would have had when I was an agent. Sorry, when I was just getting started running ads, what I wish I would have known, what I wish I had access to that was affordable. I mean, of course there were coaches and stuff back then, but they were not affordable. So how can I make it affordable? How can I give people one-on-one attention? How can I get on a Zoom call with them one-on-one and help them and do screen share with them and show them, hey, this data here in your analytics means this thing. How can I do that? And so we came up with the Massive Agent Society. We, aside from our database of Facebook ads that are proven to work, that you can copy and paste, the real value is having a mentor and a coach and a group, okay, a community of other agents who are mastering ads in very much the same way. Having this community that will always keep you up to date on what's going on with the Facebook platform, what's working, what isn't, what changes were just made, what changes were made that help you, how does it hurt you, what adjustments do you have to make, all that stuff. Okay, you need if you want to really become a lead gen master and more importantly, take full control over your lead gen, you have to have someone like that. So we built the Massive Agent Society. We are that resource for one agent per market. All right. One agent per market can join. Once you are a member, we don't allow other agents in because we don't want 16 other agents in, let's say, at Idaho Falls. We don't want 16 other agents in Idaho Falls running the exact same ads you are. That's pretty shitty. But we also want you, the Idaho Falls rep within the society, we want you to speak freely. We want you to feel like you don't have competitors judging you or seeing what you're doing. We want you to speak freely. We want it to be a safe space, so to speak. And because you're locking up your market, no other agent could ever join as long as you're a member. That's a big deal. Okay. And then the byproduct of that is fantastic. There's only one agent per market. So if an agent in Miami has a referral for somebody in Idaho Falls, then guess who gets the referral? You're the only one in the group in that area. So it's an amazing, amazing program. I highly recommend, guys, if you are looking for a way to stay up on the latest and greatest with Facebook ads, to have a coach, somebody who can literally walk you through how to do a split test, how to see which adjustments to make in your ads. That's the biggest thing. That right there is the biggest value, is we can help you. I personally, okay, it's not like the royal we with, Tom Ferry and all of his people. You'll never actually talk to the wizard behind the curtain. I'm the wizard and I'm not in front of a curtain or behind it. So that got weird. You know what I'm saying? So see if your market's available. See if your market is available over at massiveagentsociety.com. Click on Claim Market up at the top. Look at the map. If your market is not claimed yet, then you can actually be the agent to own that market in this community. And this is only for agents who want to master lead generation and control their leads. Okay. If you are sick of relying on Zillow or your broker or anyone else for leads, this is how you take full control. And when shit hits the fan in our market with the economy and it's harder to get leads, or it's becomes more expensive to buy them elsewhere, you're going to wish that you had become a master and took full control earlier. So this is my call to you guys, whether you're a brand new agent or an agent who is struggling, an agent who just wants to take their business to the next level. The Massive Agent Society is the most affordable, by far the most affordable, most valuable option out there for becoming a lead gen master and taking control. MassiveAgentSociety.com. Check it out right now. We did a sale last week. Okay. If you listen to last week's show and you want to take advantage, reach out to me personally. Okay. But for the most part, the pricing's all there on the website. It starts at $299 per month to own your market and have access to everything we just talked about. There's also an annual option that makes it about $166 a month, which is amazing. And then you can actually have one payment forever, never have another payment, a lifetime option for less than 6 months of coaching with one of Tom Ferry's frickin' people. So go check it out, massiveagentsociety.com. Make sure your market's available first. Reach out if you have any questions. We'd love to have you join. And ultimately, what I want is this. Even if this is not a fit for you, you need to find a mentor with whatever you're doing. Maybe it's video and you're going all in on video. You have to find a mentor who can say, hey, here's how you can change this little thing in the editing, or, hey, the lighting sucks. Here's what you should use instead. Or, hey, here's how you should frame your shot, or here's a better way to promote that video once you have it online, right? You need a mentor and a coach to personally look at what you're doing and help you do it. There's people out there. Seek them out. You're going to have to usually pay for their time. If they're any good, you're going to have to pay for their time. Okay. But that's what gets skin in the game for you. If you're putting down a few $100 a month or a few $1,000s a month or whatever, that's going to hold your feet to the fire and make sure you actually do the work. So there's my call to action to you guys. Find a coach, find a mentor. And if you really want to master and take full control over your lead gen, join the Massive Agent Society today. All right, guys, go check out the Massive Agent Minute Flash Briefing on Apple Podcasts. Make sure you subscribe to that. And then, let's see, tomorrow, I'm going to be in Staten Island. I'm in New York City today. Oh, here's something cool. So if you didn't see on social, so today, let's see, I'm recording this on Monday, the what frickin' date is it? Monday, the 30th of September. On Wednesday, October 2nd, so the day before this episode's released, I will have been at Gary Vee's office at VaynerMedia in Hudson Yards, Manhattan, recording a podcast episode, tagging along as the third wheel for Phil Treadwell as he records his Mortgage Marketing Expert podcast with Gary Vee himself. I'll be there doing some social media. So if you follow us at Massive Agent or the Industry Syndicate at Industry Syndicate, you will have seen the awesomeness from yesterday in Gary Vee's office with him. And then tomorrow, October 4th, Friday, I will be in Staten Island speaking to the Staten Island Board of Realtors for a lunch and learn about the state of the market, iBuyers, and consumer attention, and what you need to know now and specifically what to do about it. That's what we're going to be talking about. So if you're in the New York area, make sure you swing by on Friday, October 4th. Check the Staten Island Board of Realtors for more information on registration for that, but it is a free lunch and learn event. As always, we appreciate the hell out of anyone who leaves us a review or a rating on iTunes. You have no idea how much it helps us out. It's just like you and your business getting a review on Google. It helps you out a lot. So it does the same with us and podcasts. So if you would, go to massiveagentpodcast.com/review. If you have not yet left us a review, if you've received any value at all from this show, we greatly appreciate you leaving a review, hopefully a positive one, and it will help us in the podcast search algorithms, and we'd appreciate it. Well, I appreciate the shit out of you just for listening. So if you feel like being an overachiever and getting extra credit and going above and beyond, feel free to leave us a review or rating on iTunes. We will love you to death. And by we, I mean I will love you to death. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Have a great weekend. Go close some loans. Go sell some homes. Take care.